Hello, today Midorika Asakawa will present you the latest Forex news on InstaForex TV. The International Monetary Fund has increased the forecast of the economic growth in Japan for the current year, referring to the export advance. But the IMF has warned that the economy remains fragile and further softening of the Bank of Japan monetary policy can be needed if the deflation keeps on. In the recent report about the global economy outlook, the IMF recommended the government of Japan, overloaded by a huge debt, to develop convincing mid-term plans of consolidation. The IMF predicts that the second large world's economy will climb by 1.9% this year with a count of inflation correction. This is higher than the forecast in January, amounting to 1.7%. Though the IMF has reduced the anticipated economic growth in Japan for 2011 to 2% from 2.2% and made a cautious remark about the recovery force of Japan economy. The Japanese export has contributed to a moderate recovery, but the extension of its influence on the independent domestic demand has been limited by far, the IMF stated. Japan faces formidable difficulties in the area of domestic demand strengthening and deflation management amid a need in lowering the high sovereign debt and the interest rate being close to zero. For the moment, the firm monetary policy of the Bank of Japan remains appropriate, but if the prices continue a down-falling trend, extra measures of softening the policy can be necessary, the IMF declared. The IMF analysis makes it clear why the investors' confidence referring Japan is not increasing. In the conditions of slow recovery, a strong dependence of the economy from export denotes that the recovery can come to a halt in case difficulties arise in other economies or a further yen uptrend results in advance of the prices on Japan commodities abroad. Moreover, the immense sovereign debt of Japan, which is expected to reach 200% of the GDP, curbs the possibilities of expenditures enhancement devoted to encourage growth. The IMF claimed that working on mid-term plans for the fiscal reform will do good for the country, and it is likely to advance the recovery of the fiscal space, essential for struggling with future disruptions. It was Forex News provided to you by InstaForex News team. Goodbye.